Hey, hello everyone. Let me switch to my better camera. Okay, microphone in place. Okay, I see people coming online. That's great, that's great. We'll begin in a moment, guys. How are you guys? How are you doing today? Tell me where you're from. Put a short message in the chat. Tell me what country you're from. It's always nice to see who is around on the webinar, yeah, with me. So I'm myself in Lithuania, if you know where that country is. It's a small country in Europe. I think, yeah, let me enable the chat. Yeah, I always forget that one. I don't know why Zoom got it disabled all the time by default. Hey, go, you should be able to put in the chat. Hey, Vittorio, nice to see you. Italy, nice, nice. Hi, Greg, New Zealand. Crypto, hi. Zoltan from Hungary. Trade expert Ghana. Per from Sweden. Loreano, Argentina. Jim, Cambodia. Okay. Cosmin from London. Netherlands. Japs. Sorry guys if some of the names I don't pronounce correctly. Obviously, not all of them are very native to me, yeah. My name is not that easy for many people as well. Germany, UK, Hungary, Washington. Oh, Nick, hi. Hi, how are we doing? Luke from Monaco. Nice, nice. I just spoke with a friend from Monaco recently today. Sweden, Germany, Atmavan from Sweden. Nice, nice. Okay, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. Really nice to see you there. I really appreciate you took the time to log in to the webinar and spend an hour or two with me here. Yeah. So I hope you have questions. I hope you are interested of what I'm about to show you. So this presentation is all about trade copying and stuff like that. So as you know, we have multiple products, multiple things we're doing all the time. I'm busy as hell all the time, working 12 to 16 hours a day. Okay, so yeah, let me share my screen. And here we go. So today, I welcome you to the one-to-many trading webinar. So today we'll talk about how to copy and monetize your trades, how to scale your to unlimited accounts, how to save thousands of dollars and build a trading business that can run 24/7 for you. Yeah. So, really interesting topic. This is something that I've been working for years, like since 2010 or so. Yeah, it's a very like one of the biggest one of my biggest projects basically of my lifetime. Yeah, that's how long I've been doing this. Okay, so guys, welcome. I'm excited to show you how to copy the trades, how to monetize the trades, how to scale a trading business, how to save thousands of dollars. Yeah, all that stuff you saw from the headline, and my promise that by the end of the session you will understand exactly how to trade, how the trade copying works. Okay, and obviously, at the end, for those who will stand the end, I will give a special offer for the local trade copper software because that's what we're doing there. Okay. So if you're here, I assume you have interest to copy trades, to share them with others, and so on. Yeah. So let's begin. So before we dive into all the nitty-gritty, all the stuff about trade copying and so on, I really want to quickly give this kind of a quick intro, and explain who this webinar is for. Okay? It's like, I'm a busy guy. I know that you guys are busy as well. Some of you, like, maybe connected from the other side of the world, not the best time, maybe too very early, maybe very late, who knows? So I don't want you to waste time on something that you don't need or whatever. So this is the thing that I want to tell you, that this webinar is for traders who want to go beyond just trading on one account. And whether you're managing personal capital or want to scale across prop firms, or you just want to provide, trading signals to clients, the strategies I will share today, the systems and methods I will share today, it will be very efficient for you and very helpful. Okay. So basically, if you're anyone looking to automate and simplify trading the execution on unlimited accounts, this is for you. Okay. Okay. Traders who want to share their trades with family and friends, I realize that, some people are not reaching for the skies. They don't want to build their like businesses, manage hundreds of accounts or whatever. But the thing is that I've noticed that some people are just like, I just want to share, trades with some of my friends. That's it. Or maybe I'm just tired of placing the same trades of multiple accounts of, that I manage. So this is the thing. It's for you as well. Okay. Now, if you're trading with bots, I also want to let you know that there is a way to avoid buying multiple licenses for each account. As you know, mostly all the bots that you have purchased usually work on just one account. And if you wanted to work on another account, you have to purchase another license. So the bot is like a few $100 or maybe a few $1,000, that becomes quite an expensive thing. Okay. And if your friend wants to use that bot, you know, then they have to buy it. But I will show you my smart hack on how you can even get the EAs for free. Okay. And, uh, and this is also will, allow you to avoid buying multiple license for each account. Okay. There's a smart hack to that. And I've been doing that for years, basically. Now, who is this not for? So, if you're somebody who just looking for passive investment opportunities, it's not about that. We don't share any strategies there. It's all about trade copying, taking your trades, your strategies that you already have, your trading bots or whatever you're using for trading, and using that, to scale to multiple accounts. But if you're looking for some magic, passive investment opportunity or something like that, it's not about that. So you're just wasting your time here, basically. Those who want 100% done for you trading, like if you're looking for, oh, can you just trade for me and make me rich? Or can you send me trading signals and I'll just make money without doing enough? No, this is not about that either. Okay. And if you're a trader who's not interested in scaling your operations, like you're okay placing your trades manually on multiple accounts, or you just have one account and don't ever plan to have more accounts in your life through multiple brokers or multiple prop firms, then this is probably not for you, okay? But if you have a feeling that, okay, maybe I would like to learn more, stick around, okay? Anyway, so let's talk about why trade copying is a game changer, okay? And it's a game changer for many traders, guys, okay? So, very simple thing is that it can turn one trade into multiple profits. Okay, that sounds awesome, but we're all smart here. We understand that it can also turn losing trade into multiple losses. Obviously, yeah, we copy trades to multiple accounts, so we amplify whatever's happening. So if you're a good trader, you amplify the good thing. You're growing other accounts as well. If you're a bad trader, don't do copy trading. There is no point in that unless you want to experiment with reverse trading or whatever. So, so you have a single trade, it becomes multiple trades because it's the same trade on multiple accounts, and You make profit, everybody's making profits, all the accounts making profits. So with copy trading, you can scale without increasing risk. Taking into account, like example, if you're trading for other people, like other people capital, okay? Because now it's not your money, like you're not carrying that risk. So if you're trading for yourself, that's one risk. If you're trading managing others' capital, that's another risk, And obviously you shouldn't take managing their capital if they don't understand the risk and they don't agree with that and blah blah blah. Yeah, we're all smart there, understand all that stuff. Yeah. Now, also, it can be used for personal scaling or selling trade signals or, doing multiple prop firm thing and all kind of that. So it can work as well. And you can copy trades between your own trading accounts. You can manage accounts for friends, family, or clients. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you're after like managing 100, 200 client accounts. That's fine. You're in the right place. Maybe you just want a few accounts to manage few accounts. You're as well in the right place, guy. Okay? You can copy trades from trading bot to multiple accounts. That's also a very smart way of doing that. Okay, I've been doing that for years. And of course, for those of you who have FX Magnetic, that's also a very smart way to overcome like you know, your FX Magnetic license is tied to just one computer. So you get a trade copper from us. You don't need multiple license for FX Magnetic because now you can copy that, to other accounts basically. You can multiply, simplify trader application for prop firm trading setups. Obviously, if you manage multiple prop firm accounts, and you can expand your side hustle by selling trade signals to more clients. Obviously, if you're already doing that, you can do that on a bigger scale, okay? So, really quickly, before we dive into more interesting stuff, not just this basic, yeah. So, why most traders don't scale beyond one account? Or if they have multiple accounts, they just don't use trade coppers, they just do it manually, okay? So, when most traders just rely on a single account, and I see that as just a limited profit potential for them. Okay. Because if you're trading with one prop firm, you can be trading with multiple prop firms. You're doing these trades anyway. And if you're trading for yourself, your own account, you could be sharing these trades with other people and making them money as well and asking, to pay monthly fee or share for whatever profits you make. Yeah. Most traders like managing multiple accounts, doing that manually. And it's difficult and inefficient. The other day I was talking with one of my friends and she was like, you know, whining about, oh, it's like I have 5 accounts and it's so tiring, by the time I need to open the trade on account number 3, 4, and 5, the price is already moved too much. I get the, worse entry. And once I do that, once I try to open the same position, let's say go long on euro dollar on all 5 accounts, I first open the trade and then I get back to the first one to put stop loss and take profit. Then the second one put stop loss and and it takes time and I feel so vulnerable before I do that. And because for some time there is no stop loss. So all these things, I'm just listening and like, why don't you use just a trade copper? It's just so simple. And prop firms also impose limits that restrict how much capital you can manage. So if if you're at the level when you reach like 400K, 500K, a million, like it depends what's the limit on the prop firm that you can trade with, you can't go even further. It's just the limit. But if you do spread your accounts across different prop firms, you have a way, of scaling to the max for each of them. So that's a really smart way of doing that as well. And also traders think that trade copper's software is not reliable, but they still make mistakes trading manually on multiple accounts. So in my eyes, it's human traders are not reliable because we're humans. It's okay to make mistakes, to, sometimes to use the wrong lot size, sometimes to forget stop loss, sometimes this and that, and but if you use a trade card, it's a software. It's just like it does that automatically. Yeah. The power trade copper and how you earn more without extra work. So the concept is very simple, and the question is why limit yourself to just to just your own account. So if you're just trading your own account, why just limiting yourself to that? You could be copying trades, and multiply earnings by managing client funds. And you can have the same trade make 10x more money when copied across multiple accounts. You can make 100x money. It's just a matter of, the capital that you attract. This is how professional signal providers and fund managers scale their businesses. They just start trading for other people on more accounts. And I do understand that, in some countries that could be, a legal problem of managing other people's money or selling signals or, all of that kind of stuff. But there are also a lot of countries who just sort of don't care about that and you can do that freely. Yeah. But for those countries who kind of have a limitation on those, and it's sort of a kind of a gray area, most of that is just comes around the thing that it's how to put it, like if you advertise yourself as a business offering that, it's like you run ads, you buy advertising, and all that stuff. So then, yeah, you probably could get in trouble in some countries. But if you manage a trading account for a friend, I don't see any problem with that. It's kind of it's no business, and you can sign agreements and contracts that protects you and him and whatever. And if you manage prop firm accounts, that's it's like it's not somebody else's like no legal problem here at all. So it's not that don't hold that limiting belief. So the first framework, very quickly, I want to introduce you is what I call the 10x FX profits framework. Okay. So it's very simple. And the math is this. So more capital equals bigger profits, obviously. And let me give an example. Let's say you're trading your $1,000 account and you make 10%. So that's only $100 profit, $100 profit. It's it's like it feels like would you even care? Yeah, the 10% is really nice, but it's only $100. It doesn't move any needle, yeah? But if $50,000 copies your trades, that's like a 10%, and then that 10% becomes 50,000. Now it's a totally different number, yeah, obviously. So imagine if you have a few friends or clients who trust you with $50,000 combined. It could be like 10 friends, 5,000 each, or maybe five friends, like with 10K. You get the point, yeah. So you have like 50K combined in total. And when you make 10% on that, it's 5,000 now. So if we charge 20% performance fee from that, it's $1,000. So now what just happened is that your $100 suddenly became $1,000. And it's a very simple concept. It's like you do the trading as you did before, nothing changes. But this time when you make 10%, with the help of a trade corporal, the trades will copied to other accounts. And what happens is that now they made money as well. You ask to pay the share, they will happily do that because you've made them money and you take your share which is 10 times more of what you've actually made on your account. So that's what they call it 10x FX profits. So another thing to discuss really quickly is signal providers and fund managers start with just one client. So if you are in that place where you say, "Oh, but I don't know how to track clients. Like I don't, all this like I don't know where to get 100 clients. I don't know where to get 20 clients or but everybody just starts from zero. That's how it is. And yes, like somebody grows faster than others, but it's not about that. It's about making the first step. As that famous quote say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And then there's another saying which says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and another best time to plant a tree is right now. So we just have to start and to begin with, and this everything will follow. So another thing is that manually executing trades across multiple accounts is time consuming and error prone. So that's obvious, yeah. And what happens is that more clients equals more complexity and high chance of mistakes and delays if you do it manually, obviously. But with the trade copying, that manual work, becomes kind of automated and makes scaling effortless. So that's the thing. So it's really important to understand that trade copying automates that process. And now it's easy for you to scale from one client to 10 clients or even 100 with kind of without extra effort. And one more important thing I would say, that's kind of a very good mindset to have, is that too many traders wait until they have clients before they think about trade copying. But I say that it's a mistake. If you wait until you already have multiple clients, you'll be scrambling to figure it out. And instead, I think that you should you should start learning and setting up everything to be ready when the opportunity comes. So when the right time comes, you're ready to take action immediately. And I think that you will be surprised how opportunities appear once you prepare. If you're not ready, you won't even recognize the opportunities when they come. And that's the thing. So if you're not ready, I believe that that's why you don't get these opportunities because you're not ready. But if you become ready, you know the tools, you have the tools, you know how it's done, you've tried it before, you experimented yourself, you do it for yourself, maybe you copy one or two accounts of your own, so you know now everything about that thing. And then it will be just a matter of time when there will be somebody who will find asking you, can you trade for me as well? Can you put that strategy on my account as well? Can you copy these trades? Can you this? Can it? That's the thing. You have to be ready before you get your first client. Now let's talk about a few different setups with the trade copper. I call this one-to-many copycat setup. It's a fancy name to describe very simple things, sort of. So we copy from one master account to multiple clients. That's what the one-to-many means. Yeah, obviously. So with this one, like this setup allows you to copy trades from a single master account to multiple clients in real time. It's perfect for signal providers, fund managers, or anyone managing multiple accounts. You can apply custom risk settings. You can adjust lot sizes, automate entire process, eliminating manual trade execution, basically. Okay. So there are lots of things. It's very flexible and it's a very simple concept. Like you're trading your account, but technically, as you are trading right now, you just continue doing the same. The only difference is that you set up a few extra accounts that you want to copy your trades to with the software, and that's it. Very easy. That's the thing. Another setup that I want to share is I call clone FX bot setup. So this one allows you to copy any bot trades from any bot across unlimited account. So this is how it works basically. So you run a trading bot on one account and you will copy its trades to others. This way, when you're doing that, you avoid buying multiple licenses for each account, and obviously you save money. Because now, if you like imagine that trading bot in the middle right there in this picture, yeah, and we have all these accounts, 8 accounts around it, yeah. So imagine if if you purchase a $500 trading bot somewhere that locks itself to just one trading account. So now what happens is that you now, uh, if you want to trade on these 8 accounts, whether those will be yours or your friends or whatever, you will have to buy, or they will have to buy $500 each, so 8 accounts is like $4,000. Imagine. So instead, if you use this setup, you can have that one bot running on one account and copy the trades to other accounts. Okay? So you no longer need to buy multiple licenses. And this works with any MetaTrader expert advisor, basically. Yeah, any bot. You run it inside a separate chart window, obviously. That's one of the mistakes people usually do. When they purchase Trade Copper and some EA, they try to put them on the same chart, and MetaTrader does not allow that. It's not constructed that way. MetaTrader is constructed in a way that you have to put the trading bot, like one trading bot per chart. So our Trade Copper is operating as a trading bot as well. It's built in that way. So you open one chart for the trading bot, another chart for the trade copper. Very simple. And you can even have more charts with more trading bots, That's not a problem. It works really well. And this is the smart hack I promised you. So imagine this. So you find, let's say, 5 friends and they pay for a $500 bot. It's like $100 each. Okay. And you will copy that bot, trades from that bot to their accounts, including yourself. So what's happening is that it's a very fair deal for everybody. It's like it's a win-win situation for like imagine you are the guy who has a trade copper, who knows how to do that stuff, who knows how to do the clone FX bot setup. So and you say a friend, okay, look, there is this bot. It costs 500. If you guys buy this bot, I will use my knowledge and my tools to run that bot on my account, and I will copy that to all of us. Now, we will share the same trades from that bot, and when the bot is making money, all of you are making money. So it's a kind of a very smart idea because now instead you buying the bot, you can ask your friends to buy the bot, and your friends would be happy to do that, assuming they want to trade with that bot, because instead of buying 500 each, they will just give $100 and that's it. And better use that remaining 400 that each of them saved to fund their account or buy prop challenges or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing. Another setup is what I call many-to-one copycat setup. Now, this one is cool because it allows you to merge multiple strategies into a single portfolio. And it's quite a cool, So you can copy trades from multiple master accounts into one client account. What I've noticed is that very few other trade copiers actually allow you to have multiple master accounts. I don't know why, but ours allow that all the time, but most of the other trade coppers, they just can't do that. Uh, so this way, by merging multiple strategies into single portfolio, you're kind of a diversifying risk because you combine different trading strategies. And as this example illustrates with some weird icons on it, is that let's say one master account is sending trades from low risk strategies, another account is trading mid risk, the third one is high risk, then another one is gold trading, another one is NASDAQ, then we have crypto, and so you can have like different trading bots on different accounts. You can have different traders maybe or account managers that are managing money for you or whatever. And then you can combine all of that into one account and it becomes your portfolio. And now imagine if, let's say, high risk strategist, doesn't work that well for like 1 or 2 months. Other strategies compensate for that and cover all those losses basically and keep growing the account, you know. Now after some time, maybe crypto strategies start losing, but the other strategies are compensating and covering losses. So this is a smart way of doing that, and we've had people doing that. One person particularly, he actually even like merged multiple strategies. I can't remember how many, but this was quite a lot. He merged into one account and used that in prop firm trading. He passed the challenge, started getting payouts and all the stuff. So it was a really awesome story to hear from him back basically. So this is for perfect for traders who follow multiple signals or automated systems. Yeah. You can customize lot sizes and risk settings per strategy, obviously, because if you have multiple accounts pooling trades into one, obviously you cannot use the same risk. So let's say if you send strategies from 6 accounts to one, like in this example, you have to make every account send 6 times smaller, trades basically, because you don't want to over risk. That's a smart way of doing that. Okay, the next one is what I call smart investor bridge setup. So we monetize trade copying by charging clients like a monthly fee or performance fee, whatever you want, yeah, or both. So it's the same concept that we talked about, like we merge multiple strategies into single portfolio like before, but now we will call it bridge account. So the one in the, you see 3 accounts pooling trades into this middle account. In the middle, we call it Smart Investor Bridge. So we use that account as a bridge with all those pooled strategies, inside. And then we copy these trades to client accounts further automatically, okay? Because we have the software set up and everything, yeah? So you charge clients a monthly subscription fee for trade access. Very simple, very straightforward. Yeah. It's perfect for traders who want to monetize their strategies. So if you have your own strategies or you're just good at finding strategies that, there are somewhere online, signals, providers, maybe you have, know a good trader, you can recopy his trades and, all that sneaky stuff as well works there. Why not? You bought the trades from him anyway. So then you can pull those together into one account. And now the value that you're creating is that you know where to find the strategies, you know which ones to use to pull into one account, you know the risk to use on all of them, everything, how to manage them, when to maybe stop them, pause them, and find new ones to replace, somebody who started trading not that good, and then you copy that further to other accounts. That's really worth charging money for. Now, next one is a bit more complicated, but I thought it's a really awesome way, awesome time to cover that because I know some of you are existing clients and maybe you did not know about that. So I call this like a user profile trade copy sharing. So you can copy trades across different user profiles on the same PC or VPS. And yes, it's definitely possible. Like imagine you have a computer or a VPS. You either hit the 32 account limit on the user, which comes from the MetaTrader itself, or when, like we don't exactly know who puts that limit, but there's a limit of 32 MetaTraders that you can run on one user profile. But the trick is you create multiple user profiles and you can run more inside. So we had clients like running more than 100 MetaTraders inside the same computer. And that's very possible then to copy the trades when you're doing things like we call user profile trade copy sharing. So the idea here is that you run multiple MetaTrader instances under different Windows profiles. So this is what we illustrate there. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. So imagine that's on the same computer, yeah? And then you copy trades between accounts without needing multiple VPS server because normally, when you hit that limit of 32 MetaTraders, you will have to get another computer or another VPS. But if your VPS still have power or your computer still have power to run more MetaTraders, why not just create another user and run more? Very simple. Quite a geeky thing here, but that's how it works. And you can see we have an example, one master copying to these three, and then on to another user to these two accounts, and then to user two to these two accounts, and then master two is copying to these accounts. So, it's like on purpose as an example, we try to illustrate that there is practically no limit of how you can set this up, and then copy stuff. And this way you increase account capacity on a single machine, assuming it has enough CPU power, yeah? And this works on any Windows PC or a VPS. Okay, and next one, also a bit geeky one, but for you existing clients or you who really need advanced stuff, this one is really cool. So this is like how you do cross-device copy trading. Let's say you hit the limit on your computer and it's time to get another one so you can run more accounts, yeah? So now you can copy trades from the same master account across multiple computers. A lot of people don't understand that. Like while our trade copper is called local for a reason, like we don't have any connectivity with any external servers for storing or exchanging trades or any kind of that stuff, It's very local, very private, very safe. Everything stays in the computer, doesn't leave that. So but if you want to copy from the same master to another computer, there is still possibility of doing that. And we have a trick to the setup that I call cross-device copy trading. So then you can scale the trading operations across multiple computers. So, and even imagine like device one maybe is running 100 accounts through multiple user profiles inside. And then you get another one with multiple profiles inside to get another 100 or so. Yeah. Like imagine what kind of scalability it's like you just add more servers and you just put more MetaTraders and you can just copy. And the trick is here is that you take the same master account and you run it on the same, like on different devices. And now you just set up different client accounts inside. So, so for example, if you have clients 1, 2, 3, on device 2, you have clients 4 and 5. Now on another device, you have clients 9, 10, 11, 12. I see these ones are a bit incorrectly numbered, but you get the point. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, So clients are all different here, but master account is the same. And you can have additional masters on different devices. And, this is ideal for traders who need to manage dozens or hundreds of client accounts. And this ensures that trade execution across multiple accounts happens without conflicts. You expand your trade copying business this way, and it's efficient and without hardware limitations because you just get another device, another machine, and you just run more accounts. Now let's talk about a few myths around the trade copying. So one of the most common myths is that people say, oh, trade copying works one to one across all brokers. And you can view that from different angles, actually. Some people who say, oh, it works one to one across all brokers, what they have in mind is that you can't change nothing. I mean, like if you open one lot on this broker, you'll get one lot on this. But if the account size is different, you don't want to have the same one lot. So they think that you can't do anything about it, and you always have to have the same lot sizes and the same risks, but that's not true. And I will explain that a bit later. But here, what I have in mind is that when people think that trade copying works one-on-one across all brokers, is that they do not realize the price differences. As you can see in the example, and you probably already thought about what I'm about to share there. So the reality is that execution speed, spread, and slippage vary between brokers all the time among every single trade. It's very unique for every single trade. If you click buy button on both accounts at the same time with the same or different broker, those will be treated differently. you know like take an example like this. Like if you have like three potatoes, you know and now this guy wants to buy two potatoes and this guy wants to buy two potatoes, and at the same time they hit buy button to buy four potatoes, but there are only three. So whoever hits the button first by micromilliseconds will get the two potatoes, and another one will be like only one potato left. You get a one, so actually your trade will get denied, denied, and then this guy will say, oh, I'll take that third one as well. So that's low volatility basically, yeah. But if when in the forex markets, and usually every market is basically around, is there's a lot of volatility. So what happens, like enough liquidity, yeah. What happens is that when you hit buy and whatever, if you buy 1,000 euros or if you buy 100,000 euros, you will usually get that. It's just a matter of price. So you might, the price might slip and you get a higher price, but you'll get your order filled anyway. But the thing is that here is that, you know, if two orders come at the same time and they want the same 100K at that same price, that might not happen if there's not enough liquidity in that. So one of them, even though they came at the same time, one of them will be like on microseconds, whatever, earlier, and that one will get that price for that 100K euros, and another one will get as well, but a bit higher price. That's how it works. So that's important to realize, that when trade copper is copying a trade, it's just like taking a picture and just printing it 100 times on 100 sheet of paper, where it's ideally the same all the time. It's not, because there has to be liquidity, and internet delay might be different when sending those orders. Maybe they come from different places, different countries. So that's important to understand. And then as well, different brokers have different price feeds, causing slight trade variations as well. So I took this screenshot today at the time when the market was very like not volatile. But you can still see the difference. So this is Scandinavian markets and this is FTMO, both kind of a demo accounts, we can say. If I would had a time to take a live account as well, screenshot and compare, those would be even different as well. So it's and what we see on some of those, the difference is very small, but on others is quite big. Like pound Aussie, look, it's like spread 20 right there, and they're only 6 points. Then we have US oil, like there is spread 60 points, and there we have 32, and those prices are different. And now it depends whether you go short or long. Like if you go short on US oil, you would get this price, 67,247, yeah. But if you go short on this price on FTMO, you get this price, which is like one or two, pennies higher. So you get a better entry price, sort of, yeah. But if you go long, then again, the price is different because you go long and ask. So that's important to realize that it's never one on one, exactly the same all the time, basically. Okay. Lot size scaling can be affected by different margin and leverage settings. This is really important to understand because um, imagine you're copying and one account has a smaller leverage, or different margin requirements. Like there are brokers who allow you to open trades to like you have to have like how to explain that, like a reserve of like 50% margin, and others say okay, 70% margin, you can open more trades. So one broker will deny the trade while another one might still allow it because they allow more margin to be used. And then there will be these differences that imagine you copying trades and the trade, everything risk is the same, but one client account has already some trades open while another one doesn't, you know? So again, for that first one, there might be not enough margin to open this trade, while the second client just opened it without problem. So all these things always affect stuff. But local trade Copier, what it does is that it helps minimize those discrepancies but it's important to understand like no Copier can make trades 100% identical. Sometimes that happens, yes. Sometimes it happens that you will see identical trade. But I would say probably most of the time there would be slightly tiny changes, like a few points here and there, depending on the symbol, like pound dollar with such a like 3 4 times difference for the spread. Obviously, like you'll have difference. And if it's small lot size, you won't see that difference. But if you're trading like, I don't know, it's like 5 lots, 10 lots, the difference will be huge because with one lot and 10 points, that's like $10, yeah. So it's like that's the thing. So with 100 points difference, it's even more different, and the bigger the lot size, the bigger the difference. So sometimes all those tiny little changes, especially when you're scaling to bigger lots, might bring a bigger difference. So you just need to treat that as a business expense, sort of, because if you are in a taxi business, what you need to understand is that you have to spend money on fuel, on gasoline for your car, so you could take your clients from A to B and earn money like that. If you will come to a taxi business with a mindset that, oh, it's so stupid, like I don't want to spend money on gasoline, everybody will laugh at you, and it's even silly to think about it. But somehow when it comes to trading, people just expect that those slippages and leverages and everything, like, those spreads just disappear or will be the same all the time. No, it's like if you go to one ice cream shop and they charge $2 per ice cream, you go to another ice cream shop, they charge $3 per ice cream. That's the different liquidity providers that brokers have, sort of, and they charging different prices. So, an FTMO, like Nasdaq cost this, on Scandinavian markets, Nasdaq costs this. Get the point. So it's like you have to understand that. And if you get obsessed to find a broker who has the smallest spreads or whatever, you will just get tricked into some things that brokers do, because those spreads are vary. So they can take you and say, okay, our spreads for euro dollar starts at zero. And they're not lying. That's true. That's true because a lot of the times you can see the spread is zero, but it's just fluctuating and changing. When the price will be volatile during news releases and stuff like that, when US market opens during these times, and they will that spread will increase, and it's not the broker that increasing it, assuming you get the raw data, yeah. It's the liquidity provider who increases that. It's like it's the natural thing to happen. So it's important to understand all those little tiny things and just treat those as expense for your business, basically. Okay, I think we need to move a bit faster here. I talk a lot about a lot of stuff, so I hope you guys enjoying this. But yeah, I see time flies really fast. Yeah. Okay, myth number two, automation means zero effort. So um, when people think that okay, so I will automate this with a trade copper, and it was like zero effort. Everything will just happen for me. So yeah, to some extent it will, to some extent it will happen for you automatically, and there will be really much, much less effort than doing that manually, especially when it comes to dozens or hundreds of accounts, which will be impossible to do that manually. But zero effort, I don't think that people should use that term with pretty much anything, because there's always some kind of a level of effort that human has to put in. So reality is that trade copying will automate execution, but it still requires proper setup and monitoring. And by monitoring, it's not that you have to sit there 24/7, obviously, but once in a while you have to take a look at, these accounts and those accounts, how is things are going, and you have to do proper setup, and later you have to add some extra accounts, maybe remove somebody you cancel, or they said I don't want your services anymore, so cancel, remove that. So it's always be that kind of a management stuff you'll have to do. Obviously it just doesn't happen by itself. So you need to configure risk settings, filters if you use any account parameters and stuff like that. So mistakes like wrong lot sizing or missing settings can impact results as well. Obviously, like that's most likely when you're doing things manually. But again, if you set up things incorrectly with the software, it will just do what it's told to do. But if you set it up incorrectly, it might do not exactly what you need, obviously, yeah. But local trade copper takes care of many settings automatically, so that's really cool about it, and gives you full control, but it's not a set and forget system, obviously. So you have to, look after it once in a while. And, when I copy trades through my accounts, I usually have this routine that in the morning I'll grab a cup of coffee, I'll sit around the computer, I'll watch all my VPS and stuff that's happening, all the prop firm accounts for myself, and I look at screenshots that my clients send me about where I'm helping them with their prop challenges, and I will just do that, and we'll look at my trade copying stuff. So I'll go through each account really quickly, and sometimes it takes just a few seconds, just a glance, just switch to another one. And sometimes it takes, okay, I don't see, here we have a mistrade or something wrong. Then you go to explore maybe an expert's logs and to see what happened. So things happen sometimes. It's like with every business. And myth number three is that people say that cloud coppers are faster than local trade coppers. And while in some cases that might be true, in other cases that's not true. Reality is that cloud coppers introduce extra trade processing steps, which can cause delays. And for those who don't know what a cloud trade copper is and what a local trade copper is, so really quickly to explain it, what we offer, what I've built is a local trade copper. So you run that local on your computer, you install it on your computer along with all the other MetaTrader accounts that you want to copy to. So it runs locally. It's not somewhere external, but with cloud trade coppers, you just go to their website, you input password, and they will just take care of it. But there's a price you pay for that. And it's not just dollars, which is much more expensive than local trade copper. We'll take a look at that, obviously. But there's a other price that you're paying. And so I will cover those really quickly, guys. But as I was saying, local trade copper runs directly inside MetaTrader, and it ensures that direct and fast execution. Because whenever it needs to execute a trade, It doesn't have to send it through API connection somewhere to exchange it with a server, and then that server will send that connection to MetaTrader servers, because there's that middleman, the cloud copper. So what happens is that on what LTC is running on your MetaTrader and needs to execute a trade, it happens the same as a bot would be running and said, open a trade. Whilst with the cloud trade copper, it has to go through some extra processing steps to actually get to that open a trade request. So Cloud Copper's such a strange word. Cloud Copper's QE trades through external servers, increasing latency. So imagine like if there are not many clients, if there are not many trades at this time, and you try to open and copy trade using a Cloud Copper, obviously it'd probably just be very fast. Boom, So, but if there's a lot of people copying at the same time, if there's a lot of trades going on at the same time, which with cloud coppers is very natural, basically, because they're trying to take as many clients as possible on their servers, and this affects all of their infrastructure. The more clients they have, the more trades will travel through the servers, and the more trades travel through the servers, the bigger the queue will get created. Because if there's like 1,000 trades that has to be sent to a lot of different accounts through a lot of different brokers through a lot of different um, places in the world, basically what will happen is that they cannot just do that. Boom. It just happens that there's a queue that every trade will queue in that, and they will just deliver that one at a time. It's just happening very fast, like imagine, it's like microseconds to send these requests. But imagine like when there's 1,000 in a queue, what will happen is that it will take a second or a few for your trade, to get its turn to actually be sent to the broker. So that's the thing. But if you get the right setup, fast connection, or either on your computer or a VPS, a good broker, obviously, could not delay trades, blah, blah, then this will ensure that local cheat copies as fast as possible, because it doesn't do any quiz. It just follows all the MetaTrader stuff that it has to do. So what we'll do is just like, it just instantly sends the trades, because it will not stand in a queue of trades with other clients, because it doesn't care about other clients. It doesn't see that. It's private on your computer alone, okay? So the only task LTC has is to copy the trades as fast as possible. It doesn't care about anything else. It does not care about queuing the trades or how many other clients that we have. We can have like gazillion clients, like millions and millions of clients, and millions of trades has to travel, but you have your own queue. You're not on the same main queue that stands in line, all the trades and waiting for its turn to be sent. That's important as well. Okay, now let's talk more a bit about cloud-based trade coppers versus local trade coppers. So the real cost and limitations. So local trade copper saves you more money over time, even at scale. Local trade copper gives you maximum privacy and security. Cloud coppers are risky, I would say. Cloud coppers have hidden risks. They can shut down your anytime. LTC allows complete customization that cloud coppers can match. Full control over your copy trading setup. No hidden restrictions. Cloud coppers have latency and execution issues. LTC avoids that, most of them, yeah? Cloud-based coppers depend on external server uptime. And local trade copper does not take a cut from your clients. You keep 100% of the revenue. However you run your business, however you take money from your clients for the service, we don't interfere. It's like it's your thing. So we don't take any revenue cuts. We don't take any commissions cuts from the accounts or whatever, from trades or. So LTC saves you more money over time, even at scale. So cloud-based copiers charge per account. That's how they work, you know? And usually that's around like 10 euros a month or so, you know? So 100 accounts, that's like $1,000 a month. That's like $12,000 a year or euros, yeah? In fees that will never get back. You just spend them. That's it. Local trade copper costs 29 euros a month for one computer, which easily can allow you to run like 32 accounts to be exact. I always say like 30, just a nicer number, but to be exact, there's a kind of a Windows or MetaTrader or whatever limitation that after 32 accounts you cannot run anymore unless you create new user profiles. So if your computer has enough power, you can create even more. Or you can take 89 a month plan and then you can run more than 100 accounts because that will work on 5 computers. So that's just the cost example, yeah? And even with VPS server expenses, local seed copper will save thousands every year. Because if you want to run it independently without your PC, or have like 100 accounts and stuff, you will have to have a VPS, obviously, and install all the MetaTraders there. But still, with all the VPS expenses, it will save you thousands. So you have to think like a business owner that cloud services seem convenient from one point or another, but they will trap you into long-term fees, and over time it will cost you so much more. So here are cost and security comparisons, copying trades to 30 accounts. So you can see we have copy method with a cloud-based copper, 10 euros per account, local seed copper, 29 a month, own your own PC, so that's 10 euros account per month, obviously, yeah. So for 30 accounts, we're looking at monthly cost of 300 euros with a cloud-based copper, and with a local street copper, it's just 29 a month. Now, over the year, your total charges for the cloud-based copper will be 3,600 euros. With a local trade copper is 348 year. Yeah. Now savings versus cloud copper happens to be zero savings. That's most expensive option basically with the cloud copper. But local trade copper saves you more than 3,000 euros a year. And that's just comparison with 30 accounts basically. Now, if we take privacy and security into account, that's even more interesting because trades are stored on external servers when you're using cloud-based copper. And not just trades, also passwords, you know? But with the local trade copper, it's 100% private. It runs on your machine. Like it doesn't send your trades anywhere. We don't see them. It doesn't send or even see your passwords on MetaTrader because it's stored securely in the MetaTrader that nobody can access it. But if you're using Cloud Copper, you will have to go into Cloud Copper on their website and input the password, So that's like a privacy issue. It's a security issue, yeah? So using LTC on your own PC will save you more than 3,000 euros per year comparing with the Cloud Copper. And plus, no third-party access to your passwords and trading data when you're using LTC. And speaking about more than 3,000 per year savings, when I'll give you the offer at the end of the presentation today for the trade copper, what you will see is that it's such a good offer, like best offers I've ever had, and you will save even more, okay? Now look at the example of comparison to 100 accounts. So now to have 100 accounts, we will have to get 89 a month local trade copper, which runs on 5 computers, and we will roughly have to spend around 450 euros. Actually, that should be dollars, so in euros that would be a bit less, but whatever. So 450 for VPS servers if you don't have like servers in your house, which I assume you probably don't, It's like if you have a few PCs, like quite powerful gaming PCs at your house, you probably don't need VPS even then. But most of you probably won't have it, you know? So you'll have to have a VPS and do some setup in here. But even with that, we're looking at 539 a month versus with the cloud-based will be 1,000 a month. So over a year, you spend much less with a local trade copper and VPS servers, which gives you even more advantage as well, comparing to the cloud copper. And with cloud copper, you save nothing. You just spend money that never return. And with local trade copper, you're still saving more than 5,000 euros. And with the offer that I give you at the end, you will get even bigger savings. Okay. So again, privacy is the same issue, and scaling to 100 accounts will save you over 5,500 per year compared to cloud-based solutions. No third-party access to your passwords and trading data with LTC. Okay. Okay, let's move on. So, local trade copper gives you maximum privacy and security. Cloud coppers are risky because cloud-based coppers store your trading data on the servers and passwords as well. If the service is hacked, shut down, or leaks data, your entire business is at risk. Local trade copper runs locally, 100% in your control. No broker, API interference, third-party control, or data security risks. Cloud coppers have hidden risks. They can shut down you anytime. Like they can block your account if they don't like your business. Some brokers force cloud coppers to restrict certain types of copying or delay trades on purpose. I don't have any proof of that, but I've heard some really interesting stories that kind of prove the point, you know? So just saying. If a cloud copper bans you, you lose your entire operation overnight. That's just end of story. Local trade copper equals full independence. No one can shut you down. LTC offers advanced customization beyond basic trade copying. Like most cloud coppers only offer simple one-to-one trade copying. Local trade copper allows you to dynamic lot sizing, which is automatically adjust lot sizes based on client balance or risk. So if this account is, $1,000 and that one is 5,000 and this one is 500, it will automatically scale the lot size, and you have control of how we want to do that. And there are risk management settings such as set equity protection, max drawdown limits, risk parameters, and customizable stop loss and take profit levels independently per client. You can do that. We have something called map trade filter, which allows you to copy trades only when the master account's balance curve is above MA. In other words, that's kind of a geeky explanation. In other words, it will copy the trades from master account only when the master account is profitable, meaning he's on a winning streak. He's doing good. But if his balance will decline, you know, the client will stop copying trades until it gets back on track again. So that's a really smart one. It's not available to all the plans, but higher plans have this, and people use that. They love it. Trade filtering as well included with local trade copper, like include or exclude trades based on symbol, comment, magic number. We have some indicators for filtering as well. And there is this thing that not many trade coppers have is multi-master account management. Now, I know that that's not for everybody, but you can copy trades from multiple master accounts to multiple clients, basically. Somehow, most of the trade coppers allow only to copy from one master account. Then we also have comprehensive logging and reporting. So access detailed logs to monitor and troubleshoot trade copying, and that's available in MetaTrader log files. There are these experts and journal tabs at the bottom, and you can also access the files where all the information gets stored. So if there's like a delayed trade or ignored trade or some error or whatever, you will see that logged in the files. And even our support team can help you analyze those and understand what's happening, So With cloud copiers, you usually are just blind. If the trade got missing, ignored, or whatever, you don't know if it was an error. Because you don't see that. You don't have any access to MetaTrader. You just copy blindly, basically. Full control over your copy trading setup. No hidden restrictions. So you own the entire system. So no reliance on third-party cloud services and no dependency on an external company. You have the software, you run it on your MetaTraders, on your PC, in your house, in your office, or a VPS server that you rent yourself, and that's only accessible to you like a private VPS server. Yeah. You run all MetaTrader instances on your machine or a VPS and stay in full control, full access, everything you see very transparent, nothing's getting. Customize and optimize your setup to fit your needs, no force limits. If they don't allow something, you just can't do nothing about it. Yeah. So full access to each MetaTrader account and log files. You can easily troubleshoot missed trades or execution issues, as I was saying. No external interference. Your trades execute exactly as you intend without delays. Obviously, from time to time, slippages and surprise and delays occur. We'll talk about that a bit later. But the main goal of LTC is to execute as best as possible unless there is something out of our control, which we cannot change, say. No third-party service decides how you run business. You decide how you run the business. Yeah. Your setup is private. No one else access to your trading data or passwords. So reality check, if you're running 100 plus accounts, say example, you're operating a serious trading business. Like imagine 100 clients maybe paying you $50 a month. That's like more than 5K a month you're getting. Yes, it takes effort, of course, but the trade-off is complete ownership, flexibility, and long-term cost savings. So if you're saving more than 5,000 a year and you're making more than 5,000 a month, and you basically are paying us pennies, you know? Yeah, when you think about it. Cloud copiers have latency and execution issues that local trade copy avoids in most of the time. The more clients on the cloud copper, the more execution slows down. The more clients, the more they have to process, the more trades they have to push through, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Trades are queued through external servers, causing delays. LTC executes directly inside a MetaTrader terminal, meaning no waiting. LTC ensures reliable and near instant trade copying with all types of strategies. Scalping strategies are vulnerable to slippage and execution delays, but with the right setup and fast connection, LTC can copy even scalping strategies quite well. Okay. Those are very vulnerable on pretty much, with any trade copper. But LTC with the right setup, we have a video on that actually, just on this alone, it helps you to set up as, to the best execution as possible. Cloud-based copiers depend on external server uptime. So they rely on their hosting provider, and if that goes down, your business stops, basically. Yeah. So some cheap cloud copiers have frequent downtime, hurting trade execution, missing trades, delaying and stuff. And there is this thing also quite funny. Many new cloud copiers appear just to test profitability of their business, if this thing runs or not, and then they shut down if unsuccessful and they don't get enough customers. Like recently, I've noticed quite a few new cloud copper services popped up just out of nowhere with some weird and funny names or whatever, and you just look inside and I'm like, is this a real business or what, and you actually don't even know. It's like probably they will get shut down in a few months, maybe if they don't get enough customers. They're just testing the business idea. So that's the thing to talk, to think about as well when you're signing up to a trade copper to do a business. LTC runs on your own PC or VPS, meaning you stay in control. That's the important part. No reliance on third-party service provider to stay online. Also, LTC does not take a cut from your clients. You keep 100% of your revenue. So cloud-based coppers often charge per client or take a percentage of your earnings. LTC does not charge per client or per trade. You keep 100% of your profits. You pay as a flat fee per month or per year, and that's it. You use your own payment system. If you decide to charge your clients for the service, you use your own payment system. We don't interfere. We don't, we go in there. It's like it's your thing. You use PayPal, Stripe, you take cash or whatever. It's up to you. You choose subscription based or performance fees or one-time pricing or all of them or both, whatever. We don't care. It's your thing, okay? Okay, guys, so who wants to look at some real-time trade execution and demonstration? I will play some trades on my master account and in real time you'll see it instantly copied across multiple accounts. Who wants to see that? I see people just posting stuff in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat yet, okay, guys, because I just don't want to distract myself. But at the end, I will definitely look through all of them to, go to your questions, everything. I'll answer. So you will not be forgotten for sure. Just stay in the end, until we get there. Okay, let's do this. So I will pause for a bit and let me prepare the platforms. So obviously I have my MetaTraders pre-installed already so that we don't waste the time there to do installations and stuff. Installation is super mega really easy, okay? But I will not go through that. But just look, after reinstall, which takes just a few minutes, this is what's gonna happen. So I have three MetaTrader accounts. So my screen is a bit too small to fit them all, yeah, here, but it's like 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now this one will act as a master. So look, I'll just open a chart, like any chart, whatever. And this is what you do. So you take LTC server, you drag it on the chart, you input your license key. I don't have to do that. Uh, that's it. Server is ready. You go to client account, any chart, whatever, I don't care. I'll take client now. You see, client, and I make sure that allow DLL imports are enabled. Somehow, like on MetaTrader 5, people get confused. Oh, I don't have OK button, but it's actually you have to check this. It's just the MetaTrader 5 stuff. You click OK. Now my MetaTrader 5 is ready. Look, it's running. Now we go to third account, open any chart, and I attach local cheat copper as well, allow DLLs. I click OK. Here we go. So I have one client on MetaTrader 4, GBA brokers. I have another client on Darwinex, that's MetaTrader 5. And then I have another client, master account on Scandinavian markets. Okay. Now let's do some trading. So I will open a new chart. This is where I could put a trading bot if I want. If I want another trading bot, I just open another chart, another trading bot. That's how it works. But what I will do, I just do manual trading. Some stuff here, I'll just do one click. Let's say 0.2. Look, I click buy, and both accounts instantly already have buy trades. Now look, we don't have stop loss or take profit yet. Now look what will happen. So I put a stop loss, I put a take profit, and it just instantly does that as well. Look, it has stop loss, take profit. See? Now, if I close a trade, boom, it closes instantly on all the accounts. See how fast it was? Like I can't even switch to client MetaTrader that fast to see how it closes the trade. You see? Okay, let's see. Let's do one more, yeah? Let's do a full lot sell. Look, it just got the trade and this one didn't got it. Okay, that's good. It says it's delayed. Look, the clock is running. It's delayed. Okay, let's see what it says. So we got an error and it says Yeah, I hate this one. So it's like no money or something. So he couldn't too big lot size, probably. That's a 10,000 euro account, probably small leverage or something. Do we see the leverage here? Yeah, but that's a perfect example of an account that could not copy trade, you know? And it says like it's delayed. You see this clock, you know? So if it happens so that at some time it will be able to copy it, it will. But if it's too big, you just won't copy it. So let's just do a smaller one. Look, okay, that's nice. So I guess the leverage is just too small on this account. So for the yeah, so it was one lot, and this account is pretty much three times bigger. So it had to copy like three lots or something. So it's just too big, you know? Leverage did not allow it, so it could not copy it. That's very normal. That's out of our control. We either have, as a as a manager of a client account, we have to either take into account to make a risk smaller, stuff like that, you know? Or just make that master account does not open too big of a trade to put into problems other accounts and stuff like that, you know? So that's a very normal procedure for you as a trade manager to understand all that, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I think we even made some profits, yeah? Here. Yeah, so that's a really quick explanation and demonstration, like how to copy the trades. I will quickly look at the few questions that you haven't, which is maybe related to demonstration. Just to answer it, let's see. Can the LTC work on multiple VPS or just within one single VPS? CryptoZola, it's a good question. It depends what plan you will take. So with the personal plan, 29 a month, you can run it on one computer. So just a single VPS basically. If you take, you can purchase two licenses, so obviously two VPSs then, or you can take the manager plan, which is 89 a month, and that will allow you to run it on five computers. So you can either, share that with your colleagues, maybe, just purchase one license and share among your colleagues. It will work on five at the same time. So if you need five VPS or more than one VPS, you consider maybe manager plan is already suitable for you. Yeah. Another question, can you copy to Trade Locker? Sadly, no, we don't have the Trade Locker integration yet. We are looking into it. We're just trying to understand the demand because last year it took us many months to create DXTrade integration, which seemed to be the number one platform that most of the platforms jumped to, after all the MetaTrader issues and stuff with platforms last year. So we started working on DXTrade, and then we realized that okay, not many people need DXTrade at all. And furthermore, a lot of brokers just block the API for it and you can't use it. So MetaTrader to DXTrade Copier is included with all the plans that we offer. It's there, it works, but it works with brokers that allow it. Like, for example, Hero FX. You know, they have it, they allow it to use DXTrade. But for example, FTMEO, they have DXTrade, but it don't allow external connections and it's out of our control. So that's kind of so with a trade locker, we're now afraid to get into the same trouble. And I think that MetaTrader, even though it's a bit of, older platform, but it's been there for such a long time, it's dominating the market and it will not go anywhere. But things like Trade Locker, DX Trade, they can vanish anytime, basically. So as I see it, like, we'll see. Maybe we'll add it. I don't want to give false promises. About the Telegram to MetaTrader 4, no, we don't have that. We don't do that. And honestly, we don't have any plans of doing that because I don't know. I don't see the real value there. It's like copying some like BS signals from scammy Telegram channels. Like I don't know, guys. I don't want to get into that. Okay. It is Dashan says it is 1 a.m. here at my location and I need to go to work in the morning. Can you forward me the recording? Dashan, recordings will be available to everyone who is a client of a trade copper. So everyone who has a trade copper will receive the recording. No problem with that. Cryptozole. So better to copy from a small MA to other client accounts, right? With proper lot size. Yeah, that's usually what I see. Like you copy from a smaller master account to other accounts because then it scales the lot size automatically to be bigger, you know. But obviously, if you copy to a smaller account, it will scale it down. That's also normal. Like imagine, so I just copied from 2,000 account to 100,000 account without problem. Because it had enough leverage, but the Darwin X, it was 10,000 and it didn't have enough leverage. So obviously it's not all about size, it's also about leverage and margin allowed and stuff like that. But even if I would copy this to like $1,000 account, it would not be a problem. It would just scale down the lot size. But another thing to realize is that if your master account would be something like 100,000 and you copy to a 1,000 account, then you will have a problem because it will not be able to scale most of the lot sizes 100 times down, because if you open one lot on a 100K account, it will copy 0.01 micro lot on that $1,000 account because it's 100 times smaller. But if you open, let's say 0.001 on the 100K, we cannot scale that down 100 times. So it just opens the lowest possible lot size, and that will be risking just much more than this one in percentage. Okay, so it's always better to copy to some around like the same, almost the same size or bigger. That's always better. Ahmed is saying, I've been using LTC for over a year and appreciate the recent addition of DX Trader. Great update. Are you planning adding C3? Oh, Ahmed, thank you. Thank you. We worked so hard. It cost us so much money. I'm really glad to hear that somebody find that useful. Uh, as comes to C Trader, yeah, we want to have that, but it happened to be so much complicated. And when we started looking into that, C Trader, there was like, oh, we will help you, we'll give you this and that, and help here and there. And then they just like throw you a bunch of tutorials and outdated documentation, and somehow you just have to create it out. Like it was a bit of a disaster. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to give promises, guys, on that one. We do want to do C Trader and Trade Locker, but we will see how that goes. Avinash is asking to show EA-based copy trading. Okay, so let's see if I can really quickly do something. If I can. If not, I had an EA. Okay, I think this one, trade every X second. Trade rate 5. Okay, so every 10 seconds, open a buy trade. Let's try this. And I think after 10 seconds or so, it should open a buy trade. So let's pretend this is a bot. Look, I'm running it on a separate chart. And oh, look, it opened. See? It opened a trade and it's automatically copied it. So this is like micro trade. Look, see? It closed and opened it again. Where's my oh shoot. Let's do this so we see all of them. You see, so every 10 seconds it's opening a trade and Closing a trade and opening a new one. See? So that's how it works. So look, I have two different charts basically. So one chart is for running one chart is for running this EA, whatever EA you have, it doesn't matter. So I have just dummy EA that just makes these trades. And another one is for the local trade copper. You see? Because what will happen is I will, look, if I would try to apply it on the same chart, MetaTrader asks is if I want to stop LTC and replace it with this every second. And if I say no, it does nothing. And if I say yes, it will just replace it. You know, look, and then it will replace. Now trade copper doesn't run it. So that's the thing. So what you need to understand, it has to be on different charts. So to make it right, this is how you do it. Once again, so one chart for LTC like this, and then another chart, whatever pair you want, can be the same, can be different time frame, whatever you need. It doesn't matter, And then you attach your EA, which is whatever it is. So that basically that's how it works, okay? Because MetaTrader just allows you to run up to 100, have up to 100 charts. It means you can have up to 100 EAs running on the MetaTrader. It will be extremely slow and very inefficient, but technically, yeah, you can do that and it will work. Kapal is asking, would it be possible to upload the presentation to YouTube? It would be very helpful because I could enable subtitles and set them to Hungarian. Yes, I will. I can upload this to YouTube, but guys, I want to give the presentation recording only to LTC customers, okay? It doesn't matter what plan you have, maybe the cheapest plan, like maybe the free trial, I don't care. But we want to give the presentation to customers only. So if you sign up to Local Tree Copper, any plan, I don't care, we will give the presentation. I can upload it to YouTube and yeah, you can definitely have the subtitles there, I guess. It's just automatically generated as I understand. If I copy trades for friends, family, or even unknown clients, what do you recommend for handling payments? How can you securely receive the agreed percentage from clients after trading profits? Okay, so for payment handling, don't look much further. Just use PayPal, very simple, or just use crypto, very simple. If you want to go with like Stripe and then do like, credit cards and stuff like that, Stripe will ask you a lot of questions. What's your business? La la la. PayPal usually doesn't ask that. They don't care, basically. And you can and even if you do that, just don't say that, when you name your service, don't say that it's account management or money making service. Of course, don't be that guy. Just name it something like, uh, trading account hosting service or something. So it's like you just hosting a trading account, you're hosting a software, it's a hosting service, okay? Because you will be hosting his MetaTrader on, you know, you get the point, yeah? Yeah, I didn't tell her nothing. How can I securely receive agreed payments on tariff? Okay, so here's the thing. There is no such a thing as like securely receiving money, will they pay me or will they run? It's like imagine if you make them money, let's say the first month you made them $1,000 and you're asking for your $200 profit share, and they run and they disappear. So like I wouldn't even see that as a problem. So, okay, you can't trust them. You will not ever offer them service anymore. But how stupid would they be to run away from you when you made them money? So, if you're making them money, they will stay with you for as long as they can, you know, because you're making money for them and they will happily pay you so you could not cancel. You don't run away from them. You don't stop the service because you're making them money. Just look at it this way. And maybe sometimes there will be somebody, hypothetically, who may run and not pay you. Who cares? Things happen. That's business. What percentage is fair to negotiate? One thing I will tell, don't be greedy. That's the one of the biggest mistakes traders make. Okay? Because I've seen traders saying, oh, I'll take 50% cut, 50% freaking from what? I'm risking my money, which are probably much bigger than your master account, and you're asking me to pay you 50%. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I have no interest then. Okay, so don't ask 50% because most of the clients be like me and they will not agree to pay. Because if you make me $10,000, first, what will happen? On those $10,000, I will have to pay 15% tax, which is 15% here in Lithuania. In other countries, it might be even 30%. So let's say it's 30% in some country. So now I'm left with 7K from those 10K that you made me. And now you want me to pay 5K, which would be half of 10K that you made me. So if I pay you 5K now, I'm left with only two. So imagine if what miserable situation you're putting me. I'm risking a lot of my hard-earned cash so that you make money for me that I will get even less than you, and government gets even more than I. So it's like I'm the least paid guy here, but I'm risking the most. No. So the fair percentage share that I see is about 20%. I've seen people charging 10% on really big accounts. Like imagine you're managing 100, 200, half a million account. Like I remember back in the days when I was still doing this myself, before I started selling the trade copper and stuff. Now that's pretty much my main business. I don't have much time for much anything else, just FX magnetic and this trade copper. But back in the days when I was doing this myself, copying trades, I had a client with more than 100K account, and I asked him like to pay me 20% share as all the other clients did. But he raised really good question. He said, "Why should I pay you 20%? My account is so much bigger, so it's like the percent. And I'm like, okay, that seems fair. And this is across most of the different industries. Like if you take something like remote closing, there is this kind of a business where you go on the phone calls with potential clients for some company that you work, and you sell their services. And let's say some kind of a business coaching and stuff that costs like 50,000 a year, and you sell one of those, and they can pay you 10% commission, which you will get 5 grand. So if you're good at sales, you're good on phone sales and stuff like, you can make serious money. And 10% is actually a lot. Usually they would pay something like 5 to 10%, or they would say start at 5, and if you do really well, they will raise it to 10. So the better you do that. But if you on the phone have to sell something like for 2,000, that 10% now becomes just 200. Now it's just not worth your time, you know? So you don't want to do that. So companies that want you to sell $2,000 product will offer you 30, 40, 50% commission, because now then it's worth your time and worth you going on these calls and talking with people with only probably 1 out of 20 purchase it. So you spend a lot of time. There will be probably multiple days nobody buy, but eventually sell one of you. So that's the thing, the bigger the money, the smaller the percentage. So if your client account comes to you with like 5K, 10K, you can charge 20% easily, even 20, 30% maybe you can add. If they come with a like 100K, half a million, and so, then they will not be much interested to probably even pay that much. And it's fair to make the percentage lower, something like 10%, 15, or 20 tops basically. Well, I think you get the point. Um, yeah, Cryptozola. Yeah, that's the point. just stop the copper if you don't receive the money, obviously. So you stop the copper, wait for the money. If they don't pay, you don't, obviously that's the thing. Okay, iPhone, which is the just a mysterious name of somebody with an iPhone, assume, says, I have LTC and yesterday I opened one position on pound yen, yet position after position started to open simultaneously over 200 positions. My broker said it was EA related. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Okay, there is only one potential case where you can see that LTC does that. And actually, it even has a safety thing included in the code to avoid this. But sometimes, if you misconfigure it incorrectly, it can actually do that. So the only way for this to happen is usually if you have the server and the client on the same computer, which by default will just lock itself and will not stuck in that loop recopying the same trade. But if you had some funny um, configurations, ignoring this or that or filters, you kind of can, get away from the safety thing and still get into this problem. And another thing which might also happen, sort of, if you have multiple accounts running, with this, no, I don't think that will happen. So it's like most likely, Mr. iPhone, you had server and client running on the same account, which you should never do. Okay. The only case when you want to have client EA and server EA on the account is when you doing the investor bridge thing that I showed you. Remember when you pool accounts, into one account, which we call bridge, which will have client EA receiving trades, and then on the same account you put server EA sending those trades further to other accounts, but it requires some special configuration, which is very easy to do and difficult. I just don't want to get into that much technical, but we have a course on that and videos explaining it. Okay. I established my model to one-time fee and performance fee 5%, and everyone is happy. While 5% seems quite low, but yeah, if you do also one-time fee, that seems fair now. So obviously, that's a really smart way of doing that, I would say. Mr. M, I will not try to pronounce your name, okay? Can you use straight copy on Android mobile phone? There is a way to do that. It's just important to understand that MetaTrader Mobile does not allow to open any sort of external apps or EAs or whatever. So Trade Copier cannot run on Android or mobile or of any kind. But the trick is that on your computer, you put master client accounts, and the same master account, you can log in on your phone and do the trading. So you open a trade on that master, it will appear automatically on your computer and it will copy the trade instantly. So we have a video about that as well in the course. No problem. Okay, enough questions for today. I will take more later. So let's stop the demo stuff. Let's stop it. Da da da. And I will get to my presentation really quickly, guys, to finish it. We have to wrap things up. Okay, a lot of people ask me is like how easy it is to actually set up a local trade copier. And I can say that most of the clients just start copying trades in minutes, like literally. You saw how easy it is to just attach this and that. So sometimes there might be things that you have to do some extra stuff, some extra configuration, but most of the time it's just like you download and install LTC software, which is like 5 minutes, probably even including reading the PDF tutorial, or you watch that, I guess it's 10-minute installation video where I really slowly show everything. And after that, you'll just like very easy to install. And if you already have some tech knowledge in MetaTrader and stuff, like you're not new, you'll probably even do that without installation video, probably even faster than 5 minutes. So then you launch MetaTrader platforms, which will probably take a minute or so to load, So if you have multiple, that will take a bit more time. So, a few minutes there. And then you just attach LTC server to the account that you want to act as a master. So you saw how fast was that. You just drag and drop it, that's it. Input license key, and that's it. Then you attach client EA on the accounts that you want to act as a clients and receive trades. Not needed license key on that one. It's really fast. And with automatic configuration, pretty much you just start instantly. And you start copying trades. As you saw, like in the demo, it will just automatically begin copying, everything like open, close trades, stop loss, like everything. Yeah. Trade copying delays. Let's go through a few of those examples as well, because I want you to know and be aware of those things and reasons beyond our control, you know. So most of the delayed trades or missed trades, not copied trades and stuff like that are beyond your control. Like one example, you saw that with the margin was not enough to open a trade, and that's it. I can't open it. It's just too big of a lot size. While it's still kind of in my control because I can lower the lot size, but if I want to open that particular lot size that I've tried in the demo, as you saw, I wouldn't be able to. It's not in my control. Broker just controls that stuff. Yeah. So one of the things that usually happen is that market is closed on the client, but the master is already open. That sometimes happens because of the time difference, different time zones between brokers, and this usually happens at midnight. And it might be sometime maybe even in the middle of the day if you're like in US or somewhere else, because it's usually midnight for me here in Europe when the rollover is happening. So what's happening at the rollover is that I don't know what kind of magic they're doing there, but it will show as market closed, and it can be for a few minutes or even 20 minutes. Like GBA brokers, for example, it can take sometimes more than 20 minutes to do the rollover or whatever they're doing. And since midnight until 20, 25 minutes after midnight, you might not be able to open, close, or do anything with your trades on that client. So if you have one client on that, on such a broker, everybody else is copying, everything's okay, but this one is like, it's just stuck. You can't do. So things happen. That's beyond our control. We can't change it. High volatility, like rapid price movements, can cause slippage or delays in execution. That's really obviously understandable. We can't escape from that. It's just how it is. If it's slippery outside because it's winter and ice everywhere, that's out of our control. We just have to learn how to walk through the slippery sidewalks and stuff like that. We can make it a little bit better with some salt or whatever, people do that to make, not that icy, not that slippery, but still, ice is there. It's like you have to live with it. Yeah. So another thing is network problems like internet disruptions or your broker server issues. Yes, that happens too, obviously. And this can slow down trade execution, delay them, ignore them, and all sorts of things that can happen. Then there is natural execution delay, which even LTC trade execution might not be instant due to broker processing times. Like imagine I'm trying to open a trade and it will take 100 milliseconds for the broker to actually fill in the trade. There is no way I can speed that up, you know? So when we say that our local trade Copier execution is instant, what we mean is that we instantly, in like uh, it checks it for like a few times a second, actually, 2, 3 times a second. So it's like it's so fast, less than a second, less than half a second, basically. But it just sends a broker and says, I want to open this trade. Now it's up to the broker how fast will they do it. And if it takes a second, 3 seconds, it's a delay, but it's out of our control. It's important to understand. Timeouts, they happen. And if a trade takes too long to execute because of network execution problems or broker delays, it may be even skipped. You might get a timeout, error, and that's it. And sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes we see with some brokers, and for the timeout to arrive, it might take like even a minute. So what will happen is like Trade Copper will send a trade. It's waiting for that trade to open. Brokers just doesn't tell you nothing. It's like, please open a trade, and they just don't tell you nothing, and you have to wait. That's the process. Now there's two more trades you want to copy, but Trade Copper can't do anything else. He's waiting for the answer. That's the procedure. You know, Broker just doesn't give the answer, and after a minute, it tells timeout. I couldn't open a trade. Then you can try to open the same or those new. These things happen. It's out of our control. It's very rare, but we've seen those. You have to be aware. Then there are these things like broker FIFO rules, hedge limitation, usually for US accounts, So some brokers impose those restrictions, and that prevents certain trade executions. So if you have a buy and you send the sell trade to an NFA regulated account in US, you cannot open a sell while you're having a buy. So your sell will be delayed until the buy trade is gone so it can open it. So it's like all these sort of things. And price too close, that's another problem. Some brokers do not allow stop loss, take profit, or pending orders to be too close to the current price. So some might say, okay, minimum 5 pips distance from the, and if you try to place a pending order somewhere like 1 pip away from market price, it will not allow it. That's out of our control. Now, there are reasons where we can control and fix stuff, to avoid the delays or improve that. So there is this thing as we call deviation settings. So you can adjust the allowed price deviation to ensure that trades are copied even if the price is slightly different. So if the trade cannot copy because the price difference is very big, there is a safety in the trade copper that it will not copy. So imagine if your gold is like 5,000, just an example price, 5,000, and on your client account, because of slippage or whatever wide spread, it's not a slip, it's widespread, it's like 5,100, you will not want to open a trade with such a ridiculous big price difference. So it will delay a trade until the prices will be within a reasonable deviation, and you can control that setting, okay? So you can even remove that. I don't care if you want, to copy it, even if it's a 6,000 or like if you want, you can do that. It doesn't seem smart, but whatever. So that's the thing also. Another thing, custom trade filters. So if you got trades delayed, check if your own filters are not blocking trades. Maybe you have a filter such like, only copy trades when X equity is only in profit of this, or only a drawdown, or you have max trades filter or some other delay setting, you will get delays, and people set these filters, they forget about them, and then they complain, oh, Copper doesn't copy trades, but actually you were the one who just put those filters there, and now you don't get trades. Then there is this thing we call symbol mapping, and brokers have these different, some of them, so one of them might have XAUUSD, another one might be named gold on another broker. So usually you have to create something as symbol maps. Very simple, you just input exactly as you see here on the chart. XAUUSD equals gold, and that's pretty much it. There's a video explaining that, very simple, don't have to be afraid of this one, but if you don't set this one correctly, it will not copy trades. So usually what we do when we set a symbol map, and instead of setting a symbol map and now waiting for 2 days when your EA will open a trade, and then you will see if it's get copied or not. And if it's not, then you get frustrated. Now you missed the trade, waiting for 2 days for it, So what we do is we set a symbol map and we open a pending order somewhere very far away from the market price so it does not get triggered. And then we see if we copy the pending order. And if the pending order copied, it means mapping is correct. If it's not, you check the experts tab for what message it gives you, like, and you go fix it, Maybe you missed a letter or something. And that's really fun. I call this like a pending order test. very fast, efficient way to understand if if you set up Copper correctly. Another thing is lot sizing settings. If you set incorrect lot multipliers or mismatched account balances can prevent trades from being copied, or something like happened for me, like, I underestimated the difference of the leverage between accounts and, these things basically. Then you have to ensure sufficient margin. What happened to me today on that MT5 example? Trade may be rejected if the client account lacks sufficient funds. And another thing, optimize VPS for performance or your computer for performance. Like you have to reduce the number of MetaTrader instances or upgrade to a higher VPS or computer if you see it's very slow, your CPU is 100%, Usually what I do is like, if things get slow on my VPS, I would go to the CPU, to Task Manager and go to see the CPU usage, and I will wait to see after a minute or so when it balances out, because usually when you just open it, it just shows really high numbers. But then after a minute or so, it just balances it out, becomes stable, and you see. And if it's somewhere around 70%, I'm good. I would allow it to like 80% or so. It's like 70, 80%. That's the limit I want to go, because at very volatile times that will increase because everything will start moving much faster, more price movements and stuff. And also there are some techniques to optimize your meta traders. It's like, remove unnecessary indicators, remove the pairs from the market watch that you don't need, remove the unnecessary chart windows that you don't, all these like small things, they combine into this like massive improvements, especially over the many method traders that you have. Okay. So guys, are you ready for the best ever offer for the local trade copper? Nice, nice guys. Okay, let's go. I've never given such a good offer actually. Okay. And yeah, let's just go. So this is the offer exclusive for the local trade copper. When you buy 1 year license, you get 1 year free. In other words, you buy one, get two. Yeah. It's like in a grocery store. Buy this cookie and you get another one free. So it's very similar, but we also give awesome bonuses and stuff. So let's take a look. So you get 2 years of local trade copper for the price of one. Okay. So if you take the personal plan, which is for one computer, which will allow you to run around 30 accounts, depending on your computer power, yeah. Normally this costs $290 a year, but you for that price get 2 years. So you pay $290 and you get 2 years. So the breakdown of that $290 and you get 2 years happens that it's just 12 euros a month. Okay, plus taxes, guys, obviously. So if you are from Europe or whatever country you're in and there are taxes, our payment system will add taxes on top, whatever those are. So I don't control that. Okay, so I'm giving the prices without the tax or VAT, which might be, I don't know what kind of in your country. So it's only 12 euros a month or just 40 pennies a day. It's like, how, it's like, I don't know. I feel, I feel so cheap, guys. It's like 40 pennies a day. Come on. I don't have any words for that. For the manager plan, that will be on 5 computers. Normally, that will cost 890 euros a year, but obviously now we get 2 years for that price. So the breakdown would be that will be 37 a month for 5 computers, and that's just €1.22 a day. Euro 22 cents a day. It's like how much you spend on coffee today. Tell me. The price you spend on coffee every day or cigarettes or whatever, I'm not implying that you smoker or whatever, But you get the example. You could be getting VIP plan for much, much less. Like I had a coffee, well, not today. I just been closed all day in my apartment today working on this presentation. But yesterday I had a coffee at a coffee shop and it cost me like 3 euros. So it's like half of that pays, half of that a day, pays for the VIP plan, 15 licenses, you know, and we even have plans to remove VIP plan. So it's a very good chance for you to take it if that's what you need, because we even have plans to remove it because like I feel it's just, people are ripping us off with a VIP plan because you could literally have VIP plan and share with 14 of other your friends and we just get paid like freaking euro 63 a day, So I don't know. So normally that's 1,990 euros a year, but you get 2 years if you take it now at the same price. Okay. So the breakdown is like about 50 euros a month in comparison. Yeah. Plus, you will get these exclusive bonuses. Okay. So I'm including these bonuses for you. So the first one is the list of top Forex prop firms using MetaTrader that allow trade copper and automated trading. Now, obviously, it's just a list that we combined a month ago or so. It's updated about a month ago. Obviously, we can't promise that all of them, didn't change the rule or won't change the rules. You get the point. Yeah, but we combined the list. We either asked them or found that information on their website, which will be telling, okay, we allow trade copying or we don't allow. Or if we allow, here are the rules. If we allow EA, here are the rules, or So I think we have over more than 10 on the list that allows both, in trade copying and EAs. Some of them have no rules about that. Some of them have some rules about it. So that's a really good list. Some of you may already have it with it, FX Magnetic when you purchase it. Somebody you probably already local trade copper customers already, so you already have it. But that's a really good bonus because if you get to trade with prop firms, if you decide to trade with prop firms, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you'll get the license for 2 years. So maybe next year you'll decide to trade. So you will be able to access this bonus and have that list and don't have to do your research and spend a few hours looking for prop firm that you can use, whatever. Another bonus that we add is obviously the video masterclass, which I gave it a really fancy name, Trade Copper Hacking Secrets Masterclass, because I literally share like these small little hacking secrets in there. Okay. Some of the videos are shorter, some of those are long, like 1 hour, half an hour, but I really share a lot of stuff there. So as I say, like, those are recordings I did a while ago, and those are covering A to Z to maximize your trade copying success, like different trade setups, like how to do this, how to do that, how to move your account from one VPS to another, because, how to add more clients, how to remove clients. There are so many things you will have to do along the way on this journey. So this is what we, want to share with you as well in that training course. And obviously, I'm not available one-on-one for you to always answer your questions or help. We do have email support, by the way. Our technical support team will be glad to, help you with the email. But somehow, sometimes it's like it takes a day to respond or so. So obviously, asking small questions that you can learn from the video course and become independent even from us, because now it's your knowledge, because now you know it after you watch the video and learn it. This is why we give that, okay? So on your own pace, whatever you need to do, you go on that list of videos. There are probably like 20 or so lessons, and you'll take a look. Okay, I don't need this now. I don't need this now. Oh, I need this now. Let's watch it. And you watch that lesson. Later, when you need something else because your business improved, you got more clients, then you go again to that training course and go, oh, I need this now. Let's watch this video. You get the point, yeah? This is how it works. And bonus number three, we also give you quick start guide and the setup checklist. That's like a PDF and a video of installation, obviously, which is like quick video, 10 minutes or so. And then we also give a PDF with kind of a quick start guide, okay? So this is for those who kind of already know, tech stuff, don't want to go and waste time watching, long videos, whatever, because you already know a lot. You're kind of a techie person. You just maybe need to skim through the, quick start guide if something maybe missing, So, and if you quite techie with MetaTrader and stuff and used DAs before, I'm sure you probably even figure everything out without any of those videos and checklists and stuff. That's the thing. So guys, now is the time to get the offer and buy this. And to do that, you go to mtforcopper.com/offer1. So this is not a link you can click. I will put the link in the chat for you guys. So this is not the link that you can click, but you can open a new tab and input this, or just click the one in the Zoom chat. Let me put this for you. Here we go. So you can click the link in the chat. Do you see it? No, I think you don't. Yeah, there's weird stuff with the chat of Zoom. Okay, here we go. Now you should see it. So if you click the link, it should take you to the website and you will see those prices. It starts at $290 a year and you get 2 years for that price. If you are currently local trade copper user and you want to take this deal, you can do that as well. So if you are on a monthly, so you just cancel your monthly and take this plan, you will receive a new license key and just take that new license key and input in your server EA and that's it. You're done. Just make sure to cancel your monthly so you'll not get charged later. Now, if you are already on an annual plan and you have some, I don't know, it's like 5 months left, you can still do this deal as well if you want. So the way this would work is that you could either contact me and I will send you invoice by PayPal. So we do like a manually custom invoicing, or you can just go to the link, purchase this, this offer, and then send me an email saying, hey, Romantas, I was on the presentation and I got this deal, but I already have an annual plan. Can you add, delete the new license that I just got and add those 2 years to my existing license? And we can transfer those 2 years to your existing license. So if your existing license, say, have 5 months left, so with this extra 2 years, it will turn out to be like 2 years and 5 months. Okay? That's what we can do as well. Okay, great. So guys, so that's my offer. You have a really good opportunity to go and get the trade copper. And I'm ready for your questions now. So if you have any questions about the trade copper, about the offer, about the whatever, in whatever, just shoot me. Shoot me with your questions if you have any. If not, we can wrap up early. Okay, guys, I will stick around for a minute or so. So if you have questions, it's a really good time now to post them. I know you're probably busy inputting credit card details, yeah, and buying the offer. So I don't mind waiting, obviously. Working today in this presentation, I got inspired um to actually write a book on that stuff. I was like, would you see a value in a book on the things that I talked today and to obviously expand more details into various topics and stuff, and probably some examples and. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, CryptoZolly. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, it took me a lot of time to work on this stuff today, and yeah, I appreciate guys that you find value in this. Yes, sure. Nice. Gills or Gills. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, I got inspired to write a book about it. Yeah. Okay. So I see no questions, so I guess we can wrap it up. And yeah, I will send the presentation recording to everybody, to all the customers of LTC. So if you have a local trade copper, you will get the recordings. And Avinash is asking, Romantas, are you having EAs for sell purpose? It depends what EAs you have in mind. Okay, Mr. Dlamini asks, is it possible to install it on VPS when you do not have a computer? Technically, yes. It's just not very convenient, but on your mobile phone, um, or your tablet, you could get an app. It's called something like remote desktop. Let me check. Remote desktop connection, or it might be called RDP. So if you get this app, you will be able to connect to your VPS from your mobile phone. Sometimes I do that when I travel. It's not very convenient because your mobile screen is just so small, but it's possible to zoom in and stuff. So you do can control it. It's just one thing to log in into already existing setup and maybe just check something and click a button or two and exit. Sorry, guys. But another thing is like if you have to set up everything from scratch, like install MetaTraders and install TradeCopper, I would like I would assume that would take a lot of effort. It's possible, but okay. Avinash for gold intraday trading. Yeah, so okay, Avinash. So I assume you're looking for EA that is trading on your account and making you money. So let me tell you something about EAs that make you money. So there are such EAs that make you money. Most of them use very risky tricks as martingale, grid trading, and things like that, stacking positions and stuff. And they take the ones that been able to survive through some period of time, and then what it happens is that they say, okay, buy this EA. I myself, had created some EAs before, like this, and I used to sell a few, but eventually I stopped doing that because I really didn't like the risk that clients are taking, and I didn't like there's no longevity in such a business. It's like, and if you create an EA that can really make good money without such a big risk of grid trading and martingale and stuff, then I don't see any smart person actually selling the EA, because once you sell the EA, now everybody will start trading with that EA. So it means there will be a lot of people doing the same in the markets, and markets will have to change to trick that, and so that strategy is no longer profitable. So that's how it works. If you are the only person, or one of the very few persons who knows something, some kind of a secret in the market and doing something not many people are doing, you will probably be able to do that for a long time. When there are a lot of people doing the same, it cannot be that everybody wins, you know? That's why all those, EAs stop working. So that's the thing. So to make your answer short, no, I don't have EAs for gold or anything else trading that will just trade for the sake of making you money without you doing anything, you know? I do have auto trader. I don't even call it EA or trading bot because people just confuse it with something magical that just makes them rich, you know? But I do have what I call FX magnetic auto trader. And I see the next question comes from CryptoZole, who is asking, can you share details about FX magnetic parabolic trader? So this one, let me um, actually no, I can't share the screen to do a quick intro on that. I'm not ready for this, so I'll just ruin things. So I'll just be quick to explain it. So we have FX Magnetic, which has Auto Trader, and it can trade gold or anything else on the MetaTrader automatically and actually make you money, but you have to realize that it's just a tool that you as a human controlling, and it will do what you will ask it to do. Okay, that's important. So it comes in two parts. It comes the first part is scanner, as I call it. So we use that to run thousands of back tests with that scanner to find strategies that have a profitable backtest. So it's kind of a profitability backed by historical data, which does not guarantee the future, but it's always best to use something that worked in the past recently for the last few months so that we know that we're using something that worked recently, not something that worked 10 years ago or didn't work at all, you know? So, so we use the scanner to run thousands of simulations. So it's quite easy. You input some numbers, you click a button and it just runs for like 10, 20, 30 minutes, depending on your computer power. Yeah. It founds the best strategy. Now you have the strategy rules. It will tell you, okay, you buy then, you sell then, here's the stop loss, here's the take profit you have to use. Now go and trade it. Now you have two options from there. When you have the strategy, the stop loss, everything. You can either trade it manually or you can take the second piece of the FX Magnetic, which is an auto trader, and then you apply it on the same chart with that scanner. So now they will work together. So what will happen is that scanner will be giving signals and the auto trader will be taking the signals and executing. So it's like it would be the same as you ask your friend or your spouse, whatever, to set 24/7 at the front of the screen and click buy and sell when the FX magnetic scanner gives you a signal, you know. But if you don't want to do that, you use AutoTrader, which is just a blind bot following the signals from the scanner. And the scanner is a blind strategy that's following signals from the market who's been proven on the history that it worked recently in the past few months. We don't guarantee the future, we don't see the future, but what's really nice about it that we've had a lot of students already had success with FX Magnetic. I've had success with it myself. I use it myself every day on many accounts. I'm using it for my friends. I'm using it for my students where I help them pass program challenges. I have a coaching program on that one. And I've passed program challenge with this one with FX Magnetic myself as well. So it works when you know what you're doing. You have to understand that it's a trading bot, it's a robot that human controls, okay? It will do the hard work for you. It will do the work that humans cannot do, or it will take you weeks or months to do it, like to test thousands and thousands of trades, you know, to realize what was working on the past. So this is important to understand. And to answer CryptoZola's question, the FX Magnetic Parabolic Trader is the new one that we're adding to the FX Magnetic suite. And now we just started pre-sales pre-orders yesterday. So now we can order it at a very cheap price, basically like 70% discount for the, and tomorrow we'll increase the price. So for the next day, it's possible to get it a really good price, and we will release it on 31st of March. Now, this one will be very similar to all the other FX magnetics that we had, like MACD, like candlestick patterns, and Bollinger Bands, and RSI. But this one will be based on the parabolic RSI indicator. You know, these dots that come above or below the price? So this one will be based on that one. And it also will come with some new features that we're really working hard now to get them done. And one of them will be time filter. I didn't announce that yet, but time filter will be added in this one. We're really working hard to make it happen. So you'll be able to say, okay, I want to trade only during these hours, which happen to be London session, let's say, or New York session, or Asian, you get the point. So you'll be able to do back test and all the everything only inside those hours. And this will be a really cool one, I guess, because it will allow you to avoid, like Asian session where there's a lot of nonsense going on, and, just ranging markets and choppy markets. And so we believe this will give some improvements a lot to all the, to the FX magnetic. And we also have some other new features. I don't want to spoil the surprise here, but those will be really cool, guys. The pre-sale was the reason of my question. You got me for that product. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's great, Cryptozola. Yeah, I love parabolic SAR actually. I'm surprised I didn't create it earlier, because parabolic SAR is one of my favorite indicators actually. And like for years, I didn't had much success with it. But now with FX Magnetic, it just makes stuff very, much more easier, because you can add filters, you can do back testing. Now we'll have time filter. So it's like before, I would just had to trade it blindly, and stuff like that. And it still had success with parabolic SAR, even in those cases. But now I believe that will improve things even further. And I'm really glad that I can share with you guys, the software, all the work that we are putting in, and we are growing FX Magnetic basically together. It's like at the end of the day, it's very simple. It's like my company needs cash flow to keep running, to paying for developers and everyone, and you guys pay the money for the software, obviously, and we use that money to develop the software. It's very simple. So that's how it works. So we keep releasing these FX new magnetics, and we're adding new and new, and we're always looking to some strategies. So we created a bunch on candlestick patterns last year. We released 6 of them. Then we combined into candlestick labs, where we have all of them, like 12 plus candlestick patterns. This is a really powerful software. Then we created RSI, then Bollinger Bands, and MACD. Now will be parabolic SAR. So I will probably add 1 or 2 extra to this suite, and we'll call it something like technical slabs or whatever. And then we'll get to other strategies. Like, I don't know which ones exactly yet, but I see that something like fair value gaps and all this, like, where it's called like ICMs or whatever, all these concepts, I'll see if we can incorporate that into FX Magnetic. And then there are all these breakout strategies, all the candle range strategies, all the London breakout strategy. There are so many of them. And whatever we see that strategy can be backtested, optimized, and we can find edge in those, we always want to create a magnetic around it. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Avinash, yeah, you're right. Like SMC and ICT, we're really looking into those as well. Like I don't want to give false promises that we like create FX Magnetic exactly on those, but we do have them on the list. We just go one by one, okay? Because like we can't do everything at once. That's just how it works. One step at a time, and we will get there, okay? Yeah, that's cool. Okay, guys. So if you don't have any more questions, then we can end the presentation today. I really appreciate you being there with me today for more than 2 hours. It was really awesome. And yeah, I see you inside, guys. Happy trade copying, happy trading, and happy upcoming Friday and happy weekend. Okay, guys. See you. Thanks.